Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Ace of Clubs Kid, and today I'm going to be doing a review of the Razer Tartarus, or Tartarus, however you want to say this thing. Nobody seems to agree on what the name is, or how to pronounce it, rather. But, I got this yesterday, I just shipped it in, and I bought it used for $45, and I bought it because, if you watch my videos with any regularity, you may notice my keyboards here is different. I'll get that in a second. Basically, I used to own a Razer Black Widow. That was really loud. The blue switches are just too loud for me, and I usually game at night, so that's kind of an issue. I also wanted something that was backlit so I could kind of see where my hands were, just what was going on, just so I don't accidentally hit the wrong keys, which usually isn't an issue, but it's just nice to have it, in my opinion, and plus if you don't want it, you can just turn it off. So I was looking for originally a red switch mechanical keyboard, but then I thought, hey, why don't I give this keypad a try? With the used price, it was a lot more reasonable than just buying a full keyboard, so I thought I'd give it a shot, see what I thought about it. Now, that was why I bought it, but my experience with it was quite different than how I expected it to be. I am not paid by anyone to make this review. My reviews are always my full, honest opinion. I don't exaggerate. I don't pump in anything to get extra promotion. Matter of fact, I sent Razer an email to hopefully get more products from them. But I'm going to review this product completely honestly and how I think it should be reviewed. I'm going to start off with the pros. The pros are, let me turn this off a little bit. It's probably too dark. Some of the pros, it is pretty comfortable. It's a very ergonomic wrist rest you have here. And you can adjust it in two ways, which is also nice. It just slides in and out. There's only two positions that it stays to. More on that later. But I have it to the further out position because my hands are pretty long. I have big bass player hands. So yeah. And that makes me hit the keys at a pretty comfortable angle. I'm going to lift my camera up here a little bit so you can kind of get a different view here. Just hold on just a second. Trying to make this a smooth experience. There we go. And that should be about good. Okay, so you can see my hands kind of hit what would be the WASD keys. Normally, I can hit those pretty comfortably at this position, and my thumb hits all these buttons pretty naturally. So that's that. Yeah, so it is pretty comfortable for me. Not bad in the farther back position. I'm going to lower this again. So let's see. It's just a little bit adjustable. It's only two modes, like I said. I am not huge on that. I'll get into that more when I talk about the cons of this. But I really like also that it's a matte black finish. The Belkin, or not the Belkin. Actually, it was originally called the Belkin Nostromo, but Razer bought it out and rebranded it, calling it their Razer Nostromo. And all they did was really change the backlighting. And point is, that was an all reflective black. This is a nice matte black, so you don't get any fingerprints on it, which I do like. It feels better. The keys I'll also show you here. I'm going to try and move my camera again so you can get a good look at this. I do like how they did the keys here. You can see that they're all kind of raised or sculpted, so you can really feel where they are. You see, like, this one's very, very unique. You can feel it right. It's right to the back. This one's different from the other ones. These kind of all go in a row, but you can see that they're also at different heights and angles, so you can really pick out which one's which. What would be the S key here has a little bump on it, as it's maps to by default. That's the S key, so it's just like the regular WASD. You have your WASD here, and that's your QWER, QWER, ASD, F, and ZXCV is what it maps to normally. I changed some of that. I'll get into that in a little bit, but the point is that's what it is by default. Let's see. And it also is very compact. If for some reason you don't want to have a full keyboard on your desk, or maybe if you travel to LAN parties or whatever like that, you're only an FPS gamer, or maybe you're also an RTS gamer, whatever else, and you just want to have a very small form factor, this is a really good choice for you. I could see this being really useful if I go out to this place called Howie's, which is basically this indoor PC gaming place where they have all these computers set up and you can play lots of different games. But obviously one of the issues with that is you get used to your normal setup, so it's nice if you can just carry something around this small and then have all your key maps already on there. Anyways, that's that. That's about the end of the positives for this. Now we're going to get into the honest, the truths of the negatives of this device. Regularly, this device retails for $80. For that price, I think that you are really not quite getting what you're paid for, to put it gently. It's all plastic. It feels kind of cheap. When you have a piece of plastic that's this big, it's, there's really, I can't see a single piece of metal on here. And that's pretty surprising. I mean, just to give you a comparison here, I'm going to whip out my Corsair mouse, move my camera. This is my Corsair M65, I think is what it is. M65. This is a $60 mouse, and as you can see, it's got a full aluminum bezel. It's very nice, solid plastic. You get all the smooth matte here and the rough plastic here. Feels really quality. Lots of metal parts in it, very solid, lots of backlighting. The drivers are really good, and it's just a fantastic mouse overall. And then we move over to our Razer Tartarus, and for $20 more, obviously it's different. It's a completely different piece of hardware, but there is literally not a piece of metal on this. I feel like that would not have been too terribly difficult to do. I see what they're trying to do here is make this product, intentionally try to make this product a lot less high quality in comparison to their Orb Weaver, which is honestly much higher quality, but it's also about $130, I think is what it is. So, I think they could have done a better job with this price point. Just a little bit of metal, just what I was going to say also is the backlighting. Well, there is backlighting, and that is a nice feature. It's not adjustable at all. The color isn't adjustable at all. You can change it to be, if you want it to pulsate, just like it's breathing almost. You can do that, which is kind of nice. It doesn't get all that bright though. You can have it be dim, like more than that. There's like 4 settings, I think. Let me just check my source here real quick. I'll go into Synapse and open up my driver. So let's see, lighting. There are 4 settings. So there's off, dim, normal, and bright. And this is the brightest setting. I'll turn off the light here, which isn't like a full experience, but you can see not terribly bright. If you have it back at the regular angle where you're gaming, you really can't see much of the keys. So it would have been really nice if you could just change the colors. The joystick here, which is kind of one of the big things that people talk about, I find this pretty useless. I think this really gets in the way. It really annoys me in a lot of the stuff I'm trying to do. It's mostly used if you want to change profiles. So let's just say I have different profiles. I have like whatever 4 different profiles I want to switch to. I could have this be a profile. I could have that be a profile. This one, that one, all be different profiles, which is not bad. That's not a bad way to switch. I mean, as opposed to taking out one of these keys over here, that's not a bad idea. But this is an 8-way directional joystick, I guess you'd call it. So you can feel all that. You can hear all that rather. It's pretty much useless to be used as an 8-way directional pad. It doesn't work that way. I mean, if you really want to try and get that precise, I think that's really cutting it close, especially if you want to have 8 profiles on here. I would not feel comfortable having to switch at that kind of weird angle. It's just not very comfortable. I feel like I would constantly be misclicking and either hitting this direction or down, or straight or down. So as an 8-way directional pad, it's not useful. I would recommend that you switch it. I'll go ahead and show you in the drivers here. I know this isn't going to be the best way of showing you, but I'm going to try my best. So in the drivers, in Synapse, which is another one of the negative things about this, not the best software, but I recommend switching it where you have the buttons, where you have the 8-way. I recommend switching it to the directional and just leaving it on that for all your key maps, because that will make it a lot easier, and you won't have all these misclicks all the time. Now, let's see, I took some notes here. I'm going to refer to my notes. And what else I want to talk about here? Synapse 2.0. This is a software. This literally made my Razer, I'm blanking out here, Death Adder. My Death Adder 2013 edition completely did not work when I installed Synapse 2.0 on my computer. It didn't. The mouse wasn't just factory broken. I could use it on any computer that hadn't had Synapse 2.0 installed on it, but for some reason my computer would never work with the mouse even after I uninstalled Synapse and reinstalled it. I tried it many times. I tried every possible situation. But anyways, the software as in itself it's I'm not gonna lie, it's put together nicely. It's easy to use. It's pretty intuitive, but it's just very buggy and inconsistent, and it's annoying to use. I mean, I'd much rather have something that's maybe takes a bit more time to use, but if it actually is consistent and works for you, won't fail on you. The space bar is way too sensitive. Way too sensitive. Razer, I'm not going to look up their exact quote, but it's something along the lines of this is meant to be hypersensitive so that you can just really quickly twitch game and just hit that without even thinking about it. Just so it's a twitch reaction. But the problem with this is, let me just go ahead and put my hand on here comfortably. If I do anything more than like rest my thumb on this, or if I even rest it towards the end, see, that was an accident. You can hear when I click it. It's the difference between like resting it and just like shifting your grip sideways a little bit, which would never happen on a regular keyboard. And that gets really annoying. I've definitely misclicked that in game, which gets really, really annoying. Also, as I've said, this could definitely be more adjustable. This is the only way that it adjusts. So inevitably, because there's only two ways it slides, it won't stay anywhere in between. If you have it try to be anywhere in between, it's just going to snap to one or the other, just like that. This doesn't change at all. So, you know, for some people, it's just going to be really uncomfortable to use. Overall, I would say that if you're thinking about getting this, I would definitely try it out. If you have a friend, you can go. A lot of Best Buys do have this on display. See how comfortable it is for you. Really make sure that you want a device that's like this. If you really want these extra buttons, which, like I said, aren't very useful. If you really want that hypersensitive spacebar for whatever reason, or you just really need the small form factor, it would be the only reason I would say you should buy this. Or if you're just really on a budget and you want a gaming feeling peripheral, and you're going to buy used, I'd say that's not a bad idea. But still, I would highly recommend if you want to get a gaming, an FPS gaming, a MOBA, a RTS gaming setup keyboard, go get a keyboard. Get a mechanical keyboard. It'll cost you about $80 at the lower end. For red switches, you can get blue switches for about $90. Most mechanical keyboards you can find for $100 or under. And considering this is $80 new retail, I would say that's a worthwhile money spent. So overall, I'm going to have to say don't buy this unless you really want it for those specific reasons I talked about. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I will see you around. Comment, rate, and tell me what you think. I will be making more videos soon. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.